Isang magandang agham sa ating lahat. To all the DOST officials present today and our friends from the media who went all the way from the various parts of the metro just to have a sneak peek of our National Youth Science, Technology and Innovation Festival Media Conference. My name is Robbie Reyes from the Science Education Institute, and I will be your moderator for this media conference where DOST officials will be presenting to you the exciting activities and exhibits in store for the public to see and experience. As you know, NYSTIF is the first youth festival on STEM, or the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, created to promote STEM as cool and hip for our young students to appreciate. For its first installment, we dubbed it simply as Vibe, or according to Urban Dictionary, Vibe means to chill out, to relax, or be in the moment of bliss. But of course, we at DOST, we give a meaning to it. It is simply vibrant, innovative, brilliant, and engaging. Or simply put, STEM vibe. And if you think science is cool, then you are in the vibe. But before we go further, let me acknowledge the presence of the DOST officials who are present this morning, starting with our very own Secretary, Renato U, Solidum Jr. Good morning, sir. We also have here with us the Undersecretary for Scientific and Technical Services and Chair of the NYSTIF Steering Committee, Ms. Maridon O. Sahagun. We also have here with us the Director of Science Education Institute, Dr. Josette Biyo. We are also joined here by the NYSTIF cluster heads, starting with the Philippine Science High School System Executive Director, Josette T. And from the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development, we have Division Chief Marita Carlos. Good morning po, ma'am and sirs. And we also wish to acknowledge other DOST officials, guests, and other media friends who are here with us through the live stream. We would like to acknowledge also the presence of our media partner here with us, starting with PTV4, SMNI, Daily Tribune, IBC 13, and Net 25 Radio Aguila. Again, to all present here today, thank you very much. To start off our program, let me call on our DOST Undersecretary for Scientific and Technical Services and Chair of the NYSTIF Steering Committee, Ms. Maridon O. Sahagun, to give us her welcome remarks.
My colleagues at the DOST councils, RDIs, STS, and of course our partners, magandang umaga sa ating lahat. I am very happy to see you all today to be part of another milestone at the DOST as we present to you the first ever National Youth Science, Technology and Innovation Festival, or NYSTIF. NYSTIF, as already mentioned by Rob, is designed to captivate the youth towards the realm of science, technology and innovation by facilitating an array of immersive experiences such as competitions, talks, meetups, tech shows, exhibits, and other side events. We said that this event will be unique and different from the National Science and Technology Week celebrations that you are very familiar, because our branding for NYSTIF is primarily tailor-fit for our young audience. We want the atmosphere of this event to be more festive, fun and hip, highly engaging and informative, but relaxed, to make the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics or STEM track, as well as STI, science, technology, and innovation, to be cool. So we decided to make it more vibrant, innovative, brilliant, and engaging, thus the theme STEM Vibe. This 4-day celebration will include forums with topics that will elicit excitement among our audience. Have you ever been into a science escape room where you need to answer science questions and do experiments to get out? So, ang PSHS po, meron yan sa kanilang booth. And we can get more information about it through the PSHS. So, have you ever seen robots built by kids or the latest apps created by DOST? A fashion show. Again, a fashion show anchored on textile innovation will also be featured in this event. So all of this can be experienced in the 4-day NYSTIF Festival. There will also be a lot of interactive exhibits that will surely engage our young students and competitions that will challenge their minds. So more information will be revealed to you in the course of this press conference. So at this juncture, we want to express our sincerest gratitude to all of you, and of course to Senator Tolentino for giving us the needed funding for this project, the initial funding for this project. But more importantly, to DOST, who wants to engage the youth sector more to showcase the DOST's many initiatives and programs that will appeal to our students and make known the enabling projects and innovations that will benefit them. So again, while we got initial funding from the Office of Senator Tolentino, DOST event where the agencies also contributed funds to make this NYSTIF, the first ever NYSTIF, successful. So on this note, I would like to request our media partners to help us promote NYSTIF. You are our allies, our partners here to make sure that we achieve the objectives of NYSTIF. So again, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. We know that with the power of media, both the traditional media and the social media, which is the language of the youth, we can make NYSTIF viral, of course in a good way, and make STEM Vibe a buzzword for the now generation. Maraming salamat po muli at magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.
Thank you, Yusek Sahagun, and maraming salamat po. This is truly exciting. Ang sabi nga po namin, this is going to be a legit science festival. To see snippets of what is in store for us for the next 4 days of NYSTIF, let us now turn our gaze to the screen and watch this short video. There we have it. Yan. Patikim pa lang po yan on how exciting, adventurous, and thrilling NYSTIF could be. So with that, to give us more details about this very first Youth Science Festival, may we call on the Director of Science Education Institute, Dr. Josette T. Biyo, to give us more details on what to expect in NYSTIF.
Magandang umaga sa lahat. So, excitement is in the air. Kaya, tara na, NYSTIF na! This is a very exciting avenue to engage the youth. Kasi yung pinaka-objective talaga ng NYSTIF is that ang science at mathematics maintindihan ng mga bata. Ang target audience natin, mga bata, from elementary to high school at medyo bata pa, no? College, even our graduate students. At dahil inclusive tayo, pati na rin yung mga parents and the general audience. So NYSTIF stands for National Youth Science Technology and Innovation Festival. And the primary aim is to engage the youth for them to experience that science is vibrant, innovative, brilliant, and to engage them. Kasi yung problema natin, hindi lang sa Pilipinas, pero sa buong mundo, ayaw ng mga bata ang science at mathematics dahil sabi nila mahirap. Akala nila subject lang na i-memorize mo at ipasa para makakuha ka ng degree at makahanap ka ng trabaho. So this is an avenue para makita na as early as elementary, maintindihan nila na ang science and mathematics ay pinag-aaralan. Kasi isa itong instrumento para makabuo tayo ng mga proyekto, makasolve ng existing problems sa ating mga communities. Makita nila ang practical applications ng science and technology sa araw-araw na pamumuhay. And in that way, they will learn to experience that science is fun, it is exciting, may kabuluhan pala siya. And that is also a way to encourage them to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics courses in the near future so that they can be part of our S&T human resources na makatulong to build a progressive country. So yun talaga ang main objective ng NYSTIF. Kasi alam natin ang lahat ng DOST agencies may science promotion activities. But we put them in a big venue para isahan, itodo na natin and invite more young people to see this very exciting event. So as mentioned earlier, maraming activities. Number 1, competitions. And then number 2, exhibits. Very exciting kasi ang kaibahan ng exhibit na to, interactive siya. Bawat area may interactive exhibits. The students or the kids will get to have points for every time na papasok sila or mag-join sila sa isang interactive exhibit. May mga points sila which later on makaklaim sila ng premyo. So may mga prizes. They don't only get to enjoy and learn, but they also have we also have giveaways to make the event even more exciting. There are also talks, no? So let's go to the competitions. Please proceed with the slide. Sa day 1 pa lang, may tinatawag tayong project set. SET stands for Scholars Entrepreneurship Program. For the first time in the history of the scholarship program, nag-implement ang Science Education Institute ng entrepreneurship training for our college students in cooperation with industries both in the Philippines and Japan. So for 10 months, nag-undergo sila ng training para makadevelop ng entrepreneurship mindset. Nag-develop din sila ng mga prototypes, models, concepts. Tapos nagkaroon tayo ng competition from among 80 undergraduate scholars. We choose 8 teams. After 9 months of training, nag-present sila ng kanilang mga prototypes and models. At ang 8 na ito will undergo the final judging. Magpe-present sila sa harap ng mga judges. Malaki kasi ang premyo. Ang grand prize natin is 300,000 for the winning team. At yung mga partner industries natin, nagbigay din ng mga premyo as much as 150,000 para matulungan sila na yung mga prototypes nila maging startups. So that is the reason why nag-introduce tayo ng entrepreneurship program for our undergraduate scholars. Then the next day, 26, meron tayong Kids Innovation Forum, care of Philippine Science High School System. So ito naman parang high school version ng entrepreneurship training natin, pero sa kanila, all areas of innovations. So ito naman nagpapakita sa mga young Filipinos sa kahalagahan ng science, technology, and innovation para makasolve or makadevelop ng solusyon sa mga existing problems in the community. I think Director Lil, naka-undergo na sila ng competition and i-showcase na lang yung mga winning entries. No? Kasi this is also a very long process, taking months hanggang maka-reach sila sa certain level. Kung baga, yung sa NYSTIF natin, doon ang pinaka-highlight ng competition. This is not a one-day competition, but it takes months to arrive to the final competition. And the third day natin, sa 27, may Flex PhD competition. This is care of NAST. And ang theme nila is shifting food preferences of Filipinos towards a healthy and sustainable diet. Malaki din ang prize nito kasi may collaborators din sila from Rockefeller Foundation. Then, we have a competition also in the afternoon in Dak Agham Himig Kaunlaran, music video competition by the Philippine Science High School System. No? So with the theme, One DOST for You, sa kanilang mga music and choreography, they will depict the importance of science, technology, and innovation towards national progress. On October 28, we have Gawad Alunig. This is naman an activity, a competition organized by TAPI. It is a science journal competition which has been going on for several months also, and highlights will be during the NYSTIF. So aside from these competitions, we have very entertaining and engaging talks. On the 25, we have a talk, the application of artificial intelligence in vaccine production. As you all know, SEI is expanding its foreign graduate scholarships in areas that are not yet very strong in the Philippines, and one is on artificial intelligence. A PhD scholar from Tokyo University will talk to our youth about the application of AI in vaccine production. On October 20, also right after that talk, there is another talk organized by STII, also on AI at SciComm, Recipe for Success or Disaster. This talk will provide in-depth discussions on how artificial intelligence and its tool could impact the field of science, communication, academic research, and scientific publications. Then, Pag-asa has organized a forum entitled Maagap for the Youth. This forum aims to strengthen scientific understanding on several hydrometeorological phenomena. Then, we have Nanovation, an innovation forum on nanotechnology and 3D printing organized by ITDI. This is a back-to-back innovation forum featuring nanotechnology and 3D printing concepts, fostering appreciation of said fields among students by exploring its various applications. There are also meetups with scientists and other science and technology experts. We have an October 26, organized by PNRI, Nuclear Career Talk, Nuclear is the Way to Go. And then on October 26, organized by PICC, we have Young Innovators Forum, a meetup of young, talented high school students and experts in science, technology, and innovation. Then we have tech shows. So, on the last day, we have street science. We have invited a scientist and a science communicator from Australia to do science magic for kids. So this will be very entertaining. If you have children, please bring them to PICC because this is Saturday morning. Then also, as a side event, SEI is organizing gender and development event to raise gender equality and women empowerment among high school students through the lens of an empowered woman in STEM and arts. In this event, SEI will showcase my paintings and poetry, and a book and painting and poetry will be launched to see the importance of STEM, of arts in developing STEM. Then we also have tech shows. May mga shows tayo. October 27 by FIVOX, Kabataan, Handa ang May Alam. This is also a forum with question and answer on FIVOX developed apps like GeoMapper PH, Volcano PH, PlanSmart, and How Safe is My House, Demo Kiosk, which will also be presented. So this is our event layout, no? Pakita na lang natin yung layout natin. Please, next slide. Okay. So we are at the PICC, the tent. Tatlong area yan dyan ang gagamitin natin. Forum 1 will be for the main activities and competitions. Forum 2 will be for exhibits. And Forum 3, we have also a side stage, a smaller stage for the side events. At nandyan din yung area for the exhibit of SEI for the learning materials in science and mathematics which we have developed for children. So ito naman yung concept ng ating mga exhibit, no? Nature and Environment Cluster, which is spearheaded by PICC. Kasama niya dyan yung Pag-asa, FIVOX, FPRDI, and NRCP. Interactive yan dyan, no? Hindi ko ma-memorize yung lahat na ilalagay dyan, but I assure you, yan ang itsura ng nature cluster. Immersive and interactive yan, no? So, dito pala sinabi nila na yan ang listahan ng mga activities nila. Marami. Tinatarget nila yung mga bata, elementary and high school. May mga augmented reality tayo. May mga technologies, may mga game applications. Next slide. Future of Education Cluster spearheaded by PICC. Kasama niya dyan yung NAST, TAPI, and SEI. No? So, interactive, papasok ka doon, may mga experiments, may mga scientists, may mga kung ano-ano, hindi ka makalabas pag hindi mo matapos ang experiment, but it's fun, no? Mabilis lang yan. And then you get to earn points so that you can claim your prize. Next slide. Okay, so that's the Future of Education Cluster. And yan ang laman, no? So, PICC Eureka, may mga escape rooms, Starbucks, Flex D Cafe, may cafe, pwede ka magkape doon at kumain. SEI has a storytelling area. So, naka-costume yung mga storytellers natin at i-engage yung mga bata. For your information, we have storybooks na pwede magamit ng mga nanay at mga tatay pa rin para ikwento, no? For as early as 3 months old na mga bata, no? Pwede silang makinig sa mga storybooks natin. Then, SEI Virtual and Augmented Reality Exhibit. Na-develop din yan ng SEI na product na pag sinuot ng bata at yung discussion about the forest, parang nasa loob siya ng forest. Makita niya yung animals na lumalakad. Pag may volcanic eruption, alam niya anong nangyayari, parang nandoon din siya nanonood. So it's virtual reality and immersive. No, marami kaming na-produce na ganon. We have robotics exhibit, and these robots are some of these. Nag-invite tayo ng mga exhibitors na nanalo sa mga international robotics competition. I Make, We Make, interactive, at saka meron tayong yung mga project set, yung mga entrepreneurship students natin na tinrain, they will also showcase their models and concepts na na-develop. Then, next slide. We have a very exciting exhibit also on emerging technologies spearheaded by PICC. Kasama niya dyan yung ITDI, PNRI, ASTI, and MIRDC. So meron din silang mga bubuhayin nila yung mga scientist natin na noon pa ay patay na, maging buhay through cosplay para makilala naman ng mga bata. Sino si Fe del Mundo? Kasi hindi nila alam na first Filipina pala yan na doktor na nag-aral sa Harvard, no? At nag-help ng establishment of the Philippine Children's Hospital. So ang mga bata natin hindi alam yon. So bubuhayin natin yung mga scientist na noon pa at hindi nakilala ngayon through the cosplay. Bubuhayin natin sila through the cosplay, no? So, para makilala din ng mga bata, sino ba yung ating mga Filipino scientists? Then, at saka mga emerging technologies yan. Kaya marami dyan, hindi pa alam ng lahat na nag-i-exist na at ginagamit na ng mga agencies natin at ng buong Pilipinas. Next slide. So, yun ang itsura ng Emerging Technologies Cluster. Very colorful. Next slide. At ang laman yan doon, ang daming laman na ma-experience ng ating mga bata. No? So sa media natin, if you need more information, pwede naman namin i-email yung presentation na to kasi it will take 3 hours if I discuss them one by one. No? Sa kalaki ng exhibit natin. Okay, next slide. May Wellness and Wellbeing Cluster naman spearheaded by PCHRD, kaya kasama niya dyan FNRI, PTRI, Nutrition, FNRI. So nakafocus yan sa mga technologies, early detection of diseases, ano ang mga natural products na gamot, ano ang mga pagkain, no, for the well-being of the Filipino. So it focuses on health. Next slide. So yan ang itsura ng kanilang exhibit. And next slide, yan ang laman. Ang daming mga developed na mga prototypes and technologies and also researches na may mga potential na magiging sources ng sustainable food and well-being. Next slide. Okay. So kung gusto nyo, pumunta doon na may pre-registration. But of course, ang media natin makapasok at any time because we need you to promote these activities. And because first time ito sa Pilipinas, dapat bongga. So you have to be there. And thank you very much for your support. Magandang umaga sa lahat.
Dr. Biyo for that very informative and near realistic walkthrough of the event in the NYSTIF celebration. As you can see, lahat po ng present ni Dr. Biyo is very interactive, movable, very magagamit talaga siya ng mga ating mga students, magagalaw nila for an immersive experience. Now, before we continue, let me acknowledge we have here also with us a member from Friends in Media. We have from Radyo Pilipinas, welcome po. And of course, from Science Communication Philippines, Dr. Ruby Cristobal. Good morning po. Now, to give his keynote message before we raise our curtain 7 days from now, let us hear from our very own DOST Secretary, Dr. Renato U. Solidum Jr.
Ito po ay isang Olympiad or Olympics ng mga tagisan ng talino, ng sining, ng creativity ng mga Pilipino. To the DOST officials present here, with DOST Undersecretary Sahagun, Direktor Josette T of SEI, Direktor Lil Habakan of Philippine Science High School, and the rest of my team from DOST, friends from the media, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Our thrust at the Department of Science and Technology has always been to create a robust science, technology, and innovation ecosystem that will propel growth and development to much greater heights. Kakaiba po ang ating gagawin ngayon kasi hindi lang tagisan ng talino, wala pong quiz na ating gagawin kasi traditional po ito. Ang gusto po natin ay magamit ang mga talino, creativity, mga ideya ng ating mga kabataan para magkaroon ng mga solusyon sa mga problemang ating kinakaharap. Today, we are more absolute. We are more determined to strengthen the science, technology, and innovation ecosystem by infusing more young blood. Parang may blood transfusion tayong gagawin. To have young science advocates who will carry the torch with us and for us when we have to step down the stage. Napakaswerte ng ating mga kabataan ngayon sa mga opportunities na binibigay sa kanila. Ako naman ay nakikisali noong unang panahon, mga quizzes, mga laboratory, mga regional at national contest. Pero ito ay kakaiba. Kasi yung word na innovation ang napaka-importante dito. Ito yung praktikal na aplikasyon ng karunungan ng mga ideya upang magamit ng mas mabuti para sa ating lahat, no? Pag-improve ng buhay ng bawat Pilipino. It has been a welcome challenge when Senator Francis Tolentino asked DOST to hold an event for the youth, particularly for our students. Traditionally, many agencies under the Department of Science and Technology have been holding contests. Pero ito po ay separate. Pero kailangan siguro para mas may impact ay meron po tayong isang national event na ang tawag ko nga ay parang Olympiad kasi marami pong mga preliminaries. Tulad po sa Olympics, katatapos lang ng Asian Games, dapat magkaroon muna ng elimination. Kaya ang masasaksihan po natin sa susunod na linggo ay mga napili na at nagkaroon na ng training, no? Di ba ga? Trained na sila. Kaya nahasa na at magandang makita at mapanood kung ano ang mga gagawin nila. This suggestion by Senator Tolentino was actually a welcome challenge for us. And now we have the birth of the first National Youth Science, Technology, and Innovation Festival or NYSTIF. I see this as a great opportunity for the DOST to expand its reach. Kung mapapansin nyo, marami na po kami mga events na ginawa. Traditionally, meron po tayong Regional Science and Technology Week celebrations na nangyayari ngayon at mag-i-end sa National Science and Technology Week. At ang gagawin natin ay iikot natin ang National Science and Technology Week sa iba't-ibang syudad ng Pilipinas. Kaya sa susunod, sa Iloilo City tayo. Pero nagkaroon din tayo ng mga exhibition on specific technologies related to disaster risk reduction, climate change mitigation and adaptation, at mga emergencies. Kaya meron tayong Handa Pilipinas. Nagsimula tayo last year, isang beses lang dito sa Metro Manila, pero ngayon ay may Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao tayo. Tapos na yung Luzon, Mindanao, yung sa Visayas ay gagawin natin sa Tacloban sa November 9, a day after the anniversary ng Typhoon Yolanda. Kasi important event yun sa LGU, susunod na natin, hindi tayo sasabay doon. And now, we have this opportunity for us to encourage more students to pursue STEM courses and increase the pool of scientists and researchers in the country. May problema po tayo, di ba? Marami tayong kailangang ayusin sa ating society pagdating sa science, technology, engineering, and mathematics area. Currently, we only have 174 researchers per million population, full-time equivalent ito, in the Philippines. We are behind countries within Southeast Asia alone, where Singapore has 6,730 researchers per million population, while Malaysia has more than 2,200 researchers per million population. Ano po ang ibig sabihin niyan? Kung ang ating base o pagmumulan ng ating mga researcher ay mas interesado ang mga kabataan sa STEM, mas malamang marami na rin tayong papasok na researcher. Pero paano nga palakasin ito? But we are still optimistic that with our combined efforts from the government, the private sector, the academe, and the industry, we can increase our pool of S&T human resources and move up the ladder in the Global Innovation Index. In fact, one of the pillars where we are focused on in our National Innovation Agenda and Strategy document would be on education. We have managed to move up from the 59th to the 56th spot in the 2023 Global Innovation Index among 132 economies based on the report from the World Intellectual Property Organization. And I believe if we have more youth engaged in STEM education with interest shown during their elementary and high school, I think we can move up the Global Innovation Index much faster. We have reported modest number of new enrollees for the academic year 2022 to 2023 with 10,487 new science scholars. This year, a total of 79,585 took the qualifying exam. This is for the undergraduate, all aspiring to be science scholars of the DOST at the undergraduate level. A little over 12%, or 9,776, qualified for the DOST SEI Undergraduate S&T Scholarship in 2023. Based on the survey conducted by the Department of Education, only 23.24% of 2.8 million senior high school students are enrolled in STEM strand for the school year 2022 to 2023. So nakita nyo, kailangan nating padamihin pa yan. Furthermore, 15-year-olds tested in science literacy showed that the average score for the Philippines was 357 versus the average of 489 as reported by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, or OECD. In mathematics literacy, The average score for the Philippines was 353 versus 489 for the same OECD average. But I remain optimistic that the holding of this Youth Science Festival will ignite more interest among our youth to take on science and technology-related courses in different fields, whether biology, chemistry, physics, engineering, or the more exciting and vibrant disciplines of space science, artificial intelligence, robotics, game and app development, data science, among others. Our efforts at the Department of Science and Technology is not just focused on the youth and holding this festival. In fact, we wanted to show that through entrepreneurship, that's why SEI already conducted the first ever introduction of entrepreneurship among our scholars, is to show to the students and the parents that with entrepreneurship, more scientists and engineers can actually have better income or can be actually rich. With our effort to establish knowledge, innovation, science, and technology ecozones in universities, be it state-funded or private universities, then we hope to attract more international and local, national and local companies to settle in these universities, and students, and most especially their parents, would now see that after their kids graduate, they have ready jobs right after. And that is why currently many of the parents prefer their kids to go into nursing, because nursing is a profession where jobs are readily available. But if we can combine all of these efforts, where we have a trajectory of having more enterprises or companies created and having more students interested in science, technology, engineering, creative arts, and mathematics, for sure, we can actually surmount the challenges and the low statistics that I have mentioned early on. The world has changed a lot, and it is still rapidly changing. And thanks to the advancement in science and technology, we can make science-induced transformation, and we will start with this transformation with this first National Youth Science, Technology, and Innovation Festival. And this has a lot to offer. But many people, many students, and parents should know about this. And I hope that the media, with your help, we can promote this. I myself am very excited to know more about this festival because I believe that this initiative will really create a difference. I was once asked by a media on how to really encourage our students to go into science. And my personal experience decades ago was I was introduced to science in a way that it is more exciting, not too many memorization, but fun. Play, sleep, and study, of course. That's why increasing the curiosity of our kids is very important, and this festival will definitely do that. This generous fund provided by the good senator is a seed. We actually complemented it with our own fund. And as I mentioned earlier, many of these events had preliminary events already as projects of our various DOST agencies. This support from our legislator is very much aligned with our priority thrust, which we call the DOST 4 pillars that include promotion of human well-being. And that would include quality education, supported by good health, access to nutritious food, access to clean water, also to decent shelter and clothing. So, pagdating sa quality of life, pasok ang DOST doon. Magmula sa kalusugan, pagkain, nutrition, tubig, bahay, damit, may research po tayo. In fact, yung gagawing weaving, design, and fashion show by our youth is a very good example of a practical application of our research. And just to advertise, itong suot ko, kakaiba, di ba? Ito ay gawang DOST from the Philippine Textile Research Institute. Kaya sa Siyensiya at Teknolohiya, tindig nyo ay gaganda. I have always challenged DOST agencies to be more progressive, to indulge in future thinking, and to be the lead game changer. And we can only achieve this if we empower our youth. I'm very excited because our youth has a lot of creativity. Walang hang up na, ay, siguro hindi pwede yan. No? Our youth would always look at things in a positive manner, which I consider, their approach I consider very important. They consider the pluses. Anong maganda dyan? Anong pakinabang dyan? And that's how we should think. And then, is it possible to operate this, to develop this? If you answer these two questions with the yes answer, then you tackle the problem and challenges and the solutions. Minsan kasi, pag tayong adult ang nag-iisip, problema ang inuuna. Dapat muna pluses. Anong meron dyan? Yun yung ideya ng mga kabataan. Posible bang gawin? Sa kanila, posible almost lahat, di ba? And then, yung challenge. And that is where the meeting of the youth and the experienced people would meet up. No? Would actually combine, when combined, would actually produce better results. Kaya hindi lang po competition ang ating gagawin. Mga talks na magbibigay ng mga ideya sa ating mga kabataan na magamit nila pag sila'y pumunta sa kolehiyo, pagka-graduate, at siguro ideya sa mga susunod na lalahok sa ating mga kompetisyon. Ito pong aking time ay sasamantalihin ko po para manawagan sa ating mga kabataan na gumawa ng mga bagay and they take proactive role in pursuing STEM courses. At kung gusto nilang pumasok sa larangan ng siyensya, teknolohiya at inobasyon, kailangan nila ng guidance. Ito po yung tinatawag na 3 C's of for their career, no? Compass. Compass ng kanilang career. First C, converse. Ibig sabihin, mag-usap. Pwede namang mag-chismis, pero siyensya at teknolohiya ang pag-uusapan. Converse and learn from our scientists and experts. Yan ang mas maganda. It is much easier now to reach out to them with the social media and other communication platforms available to them. And also this festival is also an opportunity for our youth to meet the real world scientists. Second C, converge. Converge with your fellow students in STEM and build your network, even with your teachers where you can draw inspirations as your mentors. So again, this festival is a place of convergence, and I'm very happy. Dr. Biyo mentioned that a significant number of DepEd officials will attend our festival. And for the last C, fire up your curiosity. Yan po ang kailangan. Be curious. Kaya nga mapapansin ni Dr. Biyo, kahit ako'y matanda na, curious pa rin ako. Kaya itong entrepreneurship niya, ako ang nag-utos niyan. Which is a very nice program by SEI. Curiosity is needed so you can learn as much as you can, so you can make science-based and database decisions. So if we can do all of this, and we can join our hands together, including our friends from the media, there is no doubt in my mind that this Youth Science Festival will make our youth excited, inspired, engaged, and convinced that science, technology, and innovation are the driving forces and the transformative factors to make our world a much better place to live in. Lastly, ito pong First National Science, Technology, and Innovation Festival will give our youth the reason to dream or better yet, to dream big, to aspire for more, and believe that science, technology, and innovation are the keys to a secured future for all. Pasensya niyo po, ulit-ulitin ko. Sa siyensya at teknolohiya, ang buhay ay gaganda. Dahil sa siyensya at teknolohiya, mga negosyo at kikita. Sa siyensya at teknolohiya, industriya ay arangkada. Ang katawan nyo ay sisigla at ang mga mukha nyo ay may pag-asa. Hindi lang pag-asang gumanda, kundi pag-asa na makikita natin ang kinabukasan ay maayos, may sapat na kita ang mga tao, at kung magagawa po natin, hindi lang po plastic surgery ang makakasagot sa ating sa ating magandang mukha, kundi yung smiling face na ating makukuha kapag na-realize po natin ang mga ito. Ang ngiti po ng ating mga kababayan kapag sa siyensya at teknolohiya ang ginamit, no? Amin pong makikita talaga na magbabago po ang ating mga buhay. At kami naman po sa DOST, gaya ng aming pangako, One DOST for You, ay palaging narito para sumuporta sa inyo. Kahit po sa media siguro, may science and technology na rin tayong magagamit yan. May artificial intelligence. Huwag lang yung tanungin kung kasi kung mga facts, by the way, ang kailangan po natin sa Pilipinas ay mas maraming information na nanggagaling sa Pilipinas. Kasi kung mag-chat GPT kayo, karamihan ng sources niya ay abroad. So kami po sa DOST ay magdi-develop ng local chat GPT para magamit natin ang Tagalog at mga dialect na hindi yan makukuha ng foreign chat GPT. Kaya, sa siyensya at teknolohiya, trabaho nyo ay mapapagaan at magiging mas masigla. Marami pong salamat sa inyong lahat.
Marami pong salamat, Secretary Renato Solidum. Ayan po, sa thesis ni Sir, Converse, Converge, and Curiosity. Totoo nga pong dyan po nag-ooperate ang mga marites. Nagko-converse yan, nagko-converge yan, madalas po nasa kanto yan, at punong-puno po ng curiosity. Marami pong inaalam yan. But that's really how our youth works now. Kaya rin po ang dami nilang ina-acquire na knowledge, skills, because they really converse, they really converge, and they really use their curiosity to learn more. So with that, gamitin po natin ang opportunity to invite them to NYSTIF, have them talk about NYSTIF, have them converge in NYSTIF, and have them be curious about NYSTIF. And now, I know you have a lot of questions in your head. This is the time for us to throw your questions and let our DOST officials and experts answer your burning questions. But before that, let me remind you of some protocols for an orderly conduct of our Q&A. For those who have questions, you can raise your hand and wait to be acknowledged. Please state your name and your media affiliation and to whom your question is addressed to. You may ask one question and another follow-through to give others the chance to ask as well. Please be reminded to limit your questions to those that are only related to our event or topic today. Now, let us start our media queries with anyone who has questions. You may use the microphone here at the middle. Also on the side. Thank you, sir.
Hi, hi everyone. Good morning. Hi, Secretary, and of course to the panel. Paul Montibon from SMNI. And of course, congratulations para sa bagong innovation na ito and programa para sa mga kabataan ho natin. So, isang tanong lang po mula sa amin, dahil naintindihan naman po namin, na-appreciate namin yung presentation kanina. Do we see good future of our country with these innovations? Of course, ini-involve at ini-engage natin itong mga kabataan natin through these projects and programs. Inaalis natin at kinukuha natin yung lahat ng kanilang mga ideas, skills na pwedeng makatulong sa mga kinakaharap natin ng mga problema dito sa ating bansa. Thank you so much, Seth.
Hello. Ang sagot dyan, definitely. Kahit sa aming mga ginagawa sa DOST, maraming ideas ang mga kabataang nagtatrabaho sa DOST. No? Meron din naman yung hindi masyadong bata. Pero yung binanggit ko kanina na mindset nila na suggest ka agad, hindi mo na iniisip yung problema, nandun. And in fact, yung maraming ginagawa ang SEI and other agencies na yung mga nananalo sa mga contest na mga idea na pwedeng ma-patent tulad ng sa Philippine Science, meron sila mga patent. Sa SEI, mga winning entries nila, tinutulungan ng ma-patent, pwede pa silang mabigyan ng mga premyo from other partners na ituloy nila for entrepreneurship. No? At syempre, yung impact na yan, hindi mo kaagad makikita. Sana meron kaagad pangilan-ilan, but definitely if we continue to do this, then it will change the landscape. Because beyond this effort, pagdating sa mga kolehiyo, maraming ginagawang technology business incubation, assistance, and startup funding ang DOST. Kaya nandoon karamihan mga kabataan ang may ideyang mga ganda, lalo na sa startups.
Follow-up, sir. Ano po kaya ang pwede nating ma-suggest sa government natin, like sa Office of the President and key agencies, to keep these bright minds of our young generations intact for the service of Filipino people? Halimbawa na we can keep them na hindi nila kinakailangan na umalis ng Pilipinas. Instead, dito nila ibuhos yung kanilang mga talents and skills for the benefit of our country.
Maraming pwedeng gawin. Ang isang unang ginagawa dyan, patriotism. Pero yung patriotism issue, ginagawa natin yan, pero ang pinaka-endgame naman niya is, meron bang ready na trabaho dito sa Pilipinas? Kaya once we are able to develop a vibrant industry, iba-iba, then we can actually convince more of our bright people to stay. Pero ginagawa na natin yan. That's why may mga innovations tayong ginagawa to develop eco-zones, eco-parks in universities so that we can have more enterprises within the locality. Pwede na silang magtrabaho. But going abroad is not a bad thing as well. Many of us who are here came from outside. We studied abroad. I came from the US. Because sometimes we learn many things from abroad, then we can apply it in the Philippines. Mayroon din tayong balik scientist program. Mga magagaling ang kanilang mga nagawa. And some of these opportunities cannot be done here for now. So they can actually also help us. I'll ask Dr. Biyo as marami po silang programa dyan.
Hello. So, alam natin ang SEI ang nagbibigay ng scholarships na sa ngayong taon, sinusuportahan natin mga 54,000 scholars nationwide. About 47,000 of them are at the undergraduate level, 4,000 pursuing their MS, 2,000 pursuing their PhDs, and we have around 300 scholars studying in other countries sa mga priority areas na hindi pa masyadong strong dito sa Philippines. So, pagkatapos ng mga bata na to, what's in store for them? Kasi dapat talaga ma-harness yung kanilang mga skills and potentials. Ang ginagawa ng SEI, we are linking up with industries. Pero dapat pang paigtingin, no? So, nagli-link up kami sa industries, binibigay yung pangalan ng mga bata na to. In fact, maraming industries din ang kumukuha ng listahan ng mga graduating students natin. But next month, magkaroon kami ng roundtable discussions, mga research institutions, mga big industries din, para mapag-usapan pa rin paano mapaigting at mapalawak itong koneksyon para lahat ng mga scholars natin and even other youth talagang may placement. Hindi yan sila lalabas ng Pilipinas kung meron silang pupuntahan dito sa Philippines. On another note, siguro kung minsan kailangan lang nila maintindihan, like specifically for our scholars, bakit nag-i-invest ang gobyerno sa kanilang pag-aaral. So meron kaming na-institutionalized na Patriot Program. No? We go around the country doing camps, trainings, for them, para maintindihan nila paano maging isang patriot, no? At saka, maganda naman yung result ng aming mga training kasi yung kanilang damdamin to serve the country, ay makikita talaga positive naman ang mga responses. Pero yun talaga, ang ecosystem for work and research and innovation, yun talaga ang dapat strengthen para mapakinabangan lahat ng dinevelop natin. But sinabi ni Secretary, it's not bad naman to go out of the country because they get the skills there for as long as they have the desire to come back or contribute kahit papano to national development.
Thank you, Sec. Thank you, Director.
Thank you, sir. Maraming salamat po. That's from SMNI. Yes, sir. You can use the microphone beside you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So, good morning, Sec. Good morning, Undersecretary, and good morning, Director. I'm Earl Marvin Tobias from IVC 13, Sec. I've seen you last week. It's been a busy week for disaster preparedness and so on, and now here we are again. Of course, I would like to congratulate the DOST. It's always been fun to hear the elaborate explanations about these programs. Sec, for the good of, for the sake of the media, can we first reiterate po yung data natin sa dami ng researchers and then the new enrollees that you mentioned for science scholars, the passing rate, tapos yung hanggang dun po sa average score ng ating mga 15-year-olds when it comes to this subject because it is a crucial matter, sir.
Yeah. Yung 174 researchers, no? Per million population, full-time
Yes, sir.
equivalent yan. So, kung ikukumpara natin ito, nung unang panahon, mga more than 300 plus ang tinitingnang number. But that number will change kasi nagbabago yung mga average. So, again, kinumpara natin sa Singapore, 6,730. Sa Singapore naman, may kakaiba din silang scheme doon kasi nag-hire sila ng foreigner. Kaya minsan, kailangan din nating makita kung paano pa natin mapaparami. Even sa Amerika, kaya kumukuha sila ng mga foreign students, nakakatulong kami doon sa kanilang research. No, kaya sa isang banda, ito puro Pilipino to na numero. Yung passing sa undergraduate, marami pero may limit naman kasi tayo, no? So 9,776 qualified for the DOST SEI undergraduate scholarship. Ano pa yung kailangan mo?
And then, sir, yung percentage na yun out of gaano siya kalaking total examiners?
Mga 100,000, more or less mga 100,000 siguro.
Yun.
More or less mga 100,000 examiners.
Kasi may limit, hindi tayo pwedeng kumuha ng mas marami kasi siyempre depende sa fund.
And then, last na lang po na data, yung average score ng 15-year-old Filipinos when it comes to
okay.
science and mathematics?
The 357 versus average of 489 as reported by the Economic Cooperation and Development or OECD. In mathematics, 353 versus 489. So,
Thank you, sir.
makikita niyo yung I have to mention that para mas meaningful yung bakit kailangan nating ma-encourage ang mga tao. And also maybe look at ways of surmounting this low number. Kaya dapat it's a holistic effort, no? ng sistema, including the education sector especially, and of course kami naman na tumutulong sa sektor ng edukasyon. Ito yung mga ginagawa natin.
All right, sir. So for my follow-up question
Yeah,
for
sure.
Secretary, you also explained this in the APM CDRR press conference that the agency is eyeing for the academe para maging platform siya to spark the curiosity ng mga kabataan natin when it comes to science. And of course, ma-influence nila yung parents nila kasi it's like when they go home, especially after this festival, kwento nila sa parents nila yan eh. So of course, mas may context siya ngayon kasi meron tayong festival and mas maganda na sa yung manggaling sa how high is the hope of DOST for the young kids to influence their parents na yung mga natututunan nilang science-related stuff in school, they would also ingest that in their family, sir?
Our hopes are very high, but we need to also make sure that they understand that science and business, entrepreneurship would go together. Hindi ka naman makakatrabaho ng matalino ka lang. Ang sabi ko nga, kahit minsan yung produkto ng mga matatalino, pag ginamit ng negosyante, mas matalino na sila kasi nga, di ba? Mas tumataas yung kanilang kita. So, a mixture of science and business and entrepreneurship will really convince siguro yung mga parents. At yun nga, kapag nakitang mas marami ng mga industry, mga enterprises na nag-accept ng mga STEM students, palagay ko mas makukonvince yan. And that's why we're pushing for this eco zone, science, technology, knowledge, innovation, science and technology park, technology business incubation hubs in universities, startup grants. So talagang science and technology talaga yung punteriya natin.
Last question for our secretary.
Sige, wala na. Let's go.
All right. I understand that the DOST SEI has this 3-year conducted research about the perceptions po of grade 7 to 10 students when it comes to STEM courses. What's interesting with the data, ma'am, is that most like subject din nila yung science, but then it fails when it comes na itanong sila na least like subject naman nila yung mathematics. But then again, when we go to the subject, mathematics is the language of science. So, nandun na yung curiosity, evident na siya. But we have to cross this sort of language barrier kasi nai-intimidate sila with the science course, of course, because of mathematics. Eh. What's the programs, anything programs na ongoing from the SEI to further cultivate po yung mga, syempre yung professors and the teachers na ma-inspire tong mga bata na wag ma-intimidate on both subjects?
Hello. Meron kaming institutionalized program na yung isang programa dyan, yung Science Teacher Academy for the Regions. Umiikot din yung Science Education Team together with mga partner universities natin para i-training ang mga teachers. And we have a training specifically on the use of language for teaching mathematics. Kasi ang problema pala sa mathematics, hindi mathematics per se, kundi hindi maintindihan ng bata ang lengguwahe at ang proseso, paano gagamitin. So, tinitrain natin ang mga teachers, no? Kung paano gamitin ang lengguwahe, whether your indigenous language nila yan or whether English, para ma-put into context at maintindihan ng bata ang tinuturo. And most especially ang problem.
Study rin po pala na ang concern lang ng mga teachers natin is of course realidad. Yung laboratories are hindi ganun ka-well equipped. As you know, it's not balanced. Merong mga schools na merong equipped and some sorts of the schools are just doing what they could do with what they have. Commitment na lang po ng agency into making it more holistic nationwide na maraming equipments every schools natin and universities in the country.
So, ang problema talaga is on basic education din, no? Kaya hindi naiinganyo yung mga bata kasi hindi hands-on, that's the reality. May programa din kami dyan, no? Na we train also teachers on indigenization and contextualization of science and math, teaching and learning. So, tinuturuan yung mga teachers na gamitin yung what is existing in the environment and in the locality para maka-hands-on activities ang mga bata. At magamit din yan even for teaching mathematics. So that's an ongoing program at buong Pilipinas yan sinasakop natin.
Dagdagan ko lang, no? In fact, not many, several legislators have approached us on how we can actually help the science high schools that, not under us, kasi ang Philippine Science lang ang science high school na under sa amin. So, merong mga ginagawa ang Philippine Science High School to evaluate the needs of of the different schools, no? If they want. So may I ask, Idilil, baka gusto mong magdagdag sa ginagawa niyo to help other schools?
Meron din po kaming programa para sa ibang mga schools. So, tumutulong kami. Una, nag-a-assess kami kung anong mga laboratories or anong mga teaching assistance ang pwedeng ibigay ng Philippine Science High School in terms of equipment, teacher competency, kung saan gustong magkaroon ng improvement. At pangalawa po, nagkakaroon din kami ng mga activities with the different schools on promoting innovation. So, for instance, we also have our Kids Innovation Camp and Kids Innovation Challenge, wherein we were able to produce several intellectual properties. So, hindi po to limited sa Philippine Science High School, kundi pati po sa ibang mga eskwelahan. At the same time, meron din po kaming move for technology transfer sa high school pa lang. So ngayon, ang aming mga teachers ay natitrain sa technology transfer with the help of PICC. Okay? So, nasa teachers training na po kami ngayon at soon, yung mga output ng ating mga bata ay magiging available commercially. So ito po yung move ng Philippine Science High School at hanggat kaya po ng aming pondo, sinasama po namin ang mga selected schools kasi hindi namin kaya ang lahat. Yung mga nearby schools doon sa kung saan naandun ang Philippine Science High School para po makabenefit sa program ng Philippine Science High School.
Now, tumutulong kami sa universities. So that, for example, we have the one council, Institutional Development Program. Now, for example, sa University of Perpetual Health, we establish yung AI lab. Marami kaming mga labs na tinutulungan sila for the improvement of the research. Para yung mga college student would have the opportunity to use modern labs. Pero hindi pang high school and elementary. So parang meron kaming initiatives dito sa primary education and then meron tayo sa tertiary.
Thank you for the fruitful answers. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Maraming salamat po. That's from IBC 13. Any questions? Okay, we have 1 minute, sir. Kindly introduce yourself and your media affiliation. Thank you. Let's turn it off. Okay po.
Rod Lagusel from PTB. Secretary, you've said this, no? 174 researchers per million population. I just want, para lang sa kalang publiko, visualize what does it look like now? I mean, is it both private and public? And when it comes to public, DOST per se, I mean, nabanggit sa isang Senate hearing budget na mababa ang sahod. So, how do we encourage them na pumasok? I mean, since this project o event is natulungan ng legislator, how do we push pa yung legislators to have some bills na may taas ng sahod or any help para mas ma-encourage natin sila?
Thank you, sir.
Well, yung salary, usually yung salary may mga increases yan no? Na makaka-encourage sa mga tao na pumasok sa gobyerno. Yung nabanggit sa Senate kasi yung entry position. So siguro yun yung kailangang baguhin. But if the salary improvement will continue, sa ngayon kasi we're on the average ng nasa private companies, yung mga sweldo ng nasa gobyerno. I think the strategy also is to have the private industry engage more in research and development. Yun yung talagang challenge. And that is why the DOST has been developing programs to encourage the private industry to engage in R&D. So for example, they have issues on their production or they have problems in their operation, we engage them through universities. And in fact, we also offer scholarships, even those from the other groups, kasi inclusive naman. So, pwede silang mag-engage in R&D, ipakita muna natin na if they engage in R&D, mas gaganda yung kita nila, then mas maraming researcher na may employ dito sa Pilipinas. Second, sometimes the company does not have enough fund to procure technology, no? So we also have a program for that. It's the business incubation through science and technology. If we are able to do that, then mag-i-increase din yung mga researcher nila. Really, it's a push for all of us to engage more the industry and also show to the industry that through science, technology, and innovation, their profit will be higher, their production will be much bigger.
Another question na lang po. We want to encourage youth to pursue a career in science maybe pag sila ay graduate and nag-work. And follow-up lang ko sa school. May ugnayan ba sa DOST, sir? Ay, sa DepEd? Kasi siguro one of the issue is itong mga subject ito, science is a major subject, maraming pinapagawa or sobra-sobra yung load. Kaya nade-discourage sila. So parang may ganun bang collaboration, sir? I mean, kasi we want them to be interested, not loaded with these activities, projects, and all, para mas nagpa-plant tayo ng elementary, high school, and college.
Yeah, may ugnayan tayo through SEI. So mga training lang tayo, but their curriculum is their design eh. So what we try to do is how to be more effective in teaching and also providing materials so that the students can learn science and related fields much better.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Maraming salamat din po for the answers. That's our friend from PTB4. Other questions po? Do we have any on the floor? Ayan, we have one here at the back. Thank you, ma'am. Kindly introduce yourself and your media affiliation.
Good morning po. I'm Jane Bautista from Inquirer. I-follow up ko lang po yung question earlier about the number of researchers. Ano po ba yung ideal number for DOST ng researcher? And under Secretary Solidum's term, ilan po yung target niyo po?
Ang researcher kasi is for the country.
Yes.
No? So, ang gusto nga namin mas marami sa private. Kasi dito, well, pwede rin mas marami dito, but the more important thing is, we have other organizations having more researchers. We hope that other departments would have more scientists and engineers because actually, if you look at the program of DOST, it actually connects with other departments. 380 ba? 380 ang reference number. But we hope that we can actually surpass that because the more scientists and engineers we have, I think the better for our industry.
Thank you po.
Thank you so much. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. May idagdag lang ako. Yung number kasi na yan, hindi lang yan yung mga gumraduates in STEM. Specifically, these
trabaho.
are
Nagre-research.
people doing research and development work. Kaya medyo mababa pa kasi nga yung research infrastructure dapat pang paigtingin but tinutulungan tayo ng DOST na para mapa-increase ito.
The other group that might want to look into this also is CHED kasi mas may influence sila sa mga schools.
Meron po kayong partnership with CHED?
Yes, and especially through the state universities. Kasi the DOST, if the university is related to science or engineering, is a board of trustee, no? So talagang may presence kami. But we actually fund a lot of universities for their research.
Dagdagan ko pa rin, partner natin ng CHED sa ating graduate scholarship programs kasi meron tayong mga konsorsya kung saan sila ang pinupuntahan ng ating mga scholars natin. For sciences, pure and applied, meron tayong 11 CHED universities na doon pwede mag-aral yung graduate students natin. For capacity building for teachers, these are MS and PhD teachers in science and mathematics. 16 universities, CHED universities ang partner natin. And for engineering naman, we have 8 partner universities. At meron din tayong mga strand universities in the regions. So without partnership from CHED, hindi tatakbo yung ating mga graduate or other scholarship programs. So we work closely with them.
Yung capacity building po sa teachers, anong kind of support po ng DOST? May funding po ba or grants sa mga teachers?
Yes, ang capacity building program for teachers, MS and PhD teachers ito, no, the scholars natin. So they pursue MS or PhD in teaching science and math at fully financed ng SEI ang kanilang pag-aaral. In fact, hindi lang CHED ang partner natin dyan, DepEd din, kasi most of these teachers come from DepEd. And hindi sila makaaral kung walang approval ng DepEd. So they're allowed to go on study leave with pay habang scholar sila ng SEI at binibigyan din sila ng monthly allowance and other financial benefits.
Okay po, thank you po.
Thank you. Maraming salamat po. That's our friend from Inquirer. Next question. Do we have any on the floor?
Habang nag-iisip ng tanong, gusto ko lang dagdag ang talagang ecosystem para dumami yung researcher ay yung CHED will have the universities need to transform from the mindset of educating, doing research and publishing to commercialization. And the more you commercialize, the more income the university will and the more jobs and opportunities for researchers to spin off companies, then more researchers will go there. So kaya nga, yung programa ng DOST, dire-diretso hanggang doon.
Thank you so much, Secretary. Maraming salamat po. We can entertain, I believe, few more questions if we have here on the floor. Yes, sir.
Magandang umaga po. Sir, ma'am, I'm not a member of any media, although media gurang ako. At the office of the Undersecretary for Regional Operations. So I'm happy that DOST has a program for the youth because a big percentage of our population consists of young people from ages 10 to 24. If the Secretary would remember, we have a proposal to sign a memorandum of understanding with a group called Esports or Esports World Federation.
Yes,
From
Interesting.
initial information mula kay Yusek Sancho, it's a $1 billion industry because we have been having exploratory meetings with this group, with the high officials of esports. Kasi ito yung parang international, parang youth world Olympic, ano ba yun? International IOC, nasa Philippines yung office at saka yung mga officials. So if ever we would have a partnership with this group, we will be the first key national agency to help them. Kasi one of the components or in the draft MOU would be to organize annual or biennial competitions to help our young people do research, further research sa kanilang esports. Nung una, akala ko isabong ito. But since 2017, it has been recognized by the government through the Philippine Amusement Board as a legit sports. Kaya nga, this can be connected to the wealth creation without leaving the country in just the convenience of their homes. Our young people can be involved in further new games, digital games, because the digital world is the new world where we are in, and it can help our young people for employability. So I don't know what would be the response of the UST, especially Sec Rene, in this proposal to have partnership with esports.
Na yan. To go ahead. hindi pa dumating sa opisina mo. Di ba? Nang isang araw ko pa ino ko yun eh. So yes, just to give a background, the stipulation that we had with the group, if ever they will sign, no development of anything related to any gambling, but related to science, technology, and education. Kasi maraming mga gandang ideas sila that can help the kids. So, si yung Rod, no? Ikaw ba yun? To make education lighter through games, pwedeng gumawa ng ganun. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Maraming salamat din po, sir, for your input. Of course, we have another question here at the back. We have Dr. Ruby Cristobal, ma'am. Dr. Ruby Cristobal is from PH.
Dr. B. Cristobal po from DZRH, bago yan Radio Henyo, and of course, Psychon PH. My question is simple, Mr. Secretary. This is for you. There are 5 major leagues in terms of science Olympiads. We have the IMO, International Mathematical Olympiad. We have ISO, International Earth Science Olympiad. We have the International Biology Olympiad. We have the International Physics Olympiad. We have the International Chemistry Olympiad and the International Olympiad on Informatics. 5 major leagues, the most difficult and the most prestigious STEM Olympiads in the whole world. In my tenure as the former chief of the SMRPD, there is a project that supports this program. I think Dr. Biyo would be very glad as well to answer. Is there any possibility that at the DOST level, there could be a institutional budget that is not dependent on what is available as far as, for example, the budget of SEI is concerned? Because this is just a project that has been going on for years. And of course, proposal-driven. We understand that, ma'am. Ma'am, we're talking of the 6 major leagues ng Olympiads, Dr. Biyo. And what I'm asking is if there's any possibility that it can be part of the GAA of SEI or of DOST such that there is really a budget allotted to all of them. Because right now, we can only fund, or SEI would only fund IMO, I think in full, and the rest would just have a partial allocation if ever there will be a proposal submitted. That's one. The institute.
Sandali lang, sabi mo simple lang.
Yes, sir. Simple
Isa-isa
yun.
para maging simple.
Okay, sige po.
Meron ka pang pahabol eh.
Opo, sige po.
Of
First
course, it
question.
can be proposed, but there are many other issues. Hindi yan kadali na gawin. That is why in the National Youth Science Technology and Innovation Festival, we're not going into the traditional quizzes. And we are looking into application of science technology and the innovative ideas of students to really apply it
Okay.
in some fields. But that can always be proposed. Again, it will be dependent on the response of DBM.
By SEI, sir, in its
When they have to look into what will they support, because some organizations are for profit.
yes,
We
sir.
cannot support for-profit organizations.
Wala po dun sa 5 leagues yung for profit. Yun yung 5 major leagues, isa lang po dun yung problematic na private. Yun
Well,
po
we can
sa-
evaluate, but
Okay.
of course, proposing it is the easy part.
Okay, yes,
Having
sir.
it approved is the hardest part.
Yes, sir. Actually, the concern is to elevate it beyond a project level support mechanism, if that is possible, sir.
Well, in budgeting, if that is a project, and if this is in tier 1, then usually it can be funded. But if it's just on the side and having it elevated to a priority tier 1, that's the challenge.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
So
understand that,
we
sir.
will look into that.
Okay. Simple ulit, sir. Pangalawang tanong is, in the past years, before, not during the last 10 years probably, there is one program that we have implemented for those who would garner gold medal or major in this 5, hindi pa ho kasama yung IESO nung araw, yung sa International Earth Science Olympiad. There was a program na tinerminate due to lack of funding, na yun pong gold medalist ay ino-offeran ng automatic na scholarship from DOST, especially sa IMO. Kasi po, ang nag-o-offer sa kanila, puro foreign universities ng scholarship. Can we also have that, sir, if that is possible?
We have to study it, because
Okay.
right now there is no law allowing us to do that.
Sir, it has been implemented for 4 years during the time
But
of
that was
Dr.
long
Ehena.
ago. But there's the scholarships that we have are based on the law.
Yes,
But
sir.
we will
Yes,
have to
sir.
look at it.
Meron na po nun ng RA 7687. It was existing. Time po ni Dr. Ehena to. I think for 3 or 4 years, it was implemented for... But of course,
So what was the performance of those that became scholars?
hindi po nila in-avail nga. Kasi nga, parang... I think there was only one who availed of it, or 2. They graduated, of course. I think these are IMO or other or physics Olympiad.
IMO related
IMO medalist po. Silver nga ho yun eh, hindi pa yata gold yun eh. Yun lang po, yung possibility that the SSP, yun po yung pangalan ng programa, Special Scholarship Program of the UST SEI. If that would be possible, I think it would add on to the incentives that can be offered to our
Yeah.
major awardees.
We will
Thank you
have-
very much.
We will have to look at it. If they're very good, they can pass the science scholarship of SEI as well. Right? If they're very good.
Yung nakalagay po nun sa policy is they automatic po. They don't
Well,
have to.
I'm just saying is, if it's an automatic, then they can easily also pass.
Yes, of course, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Right now, it's the law. I mean, if they can take the exam, then it's much easier
Yes.
avenue. But
I
we'll take a look at
understand
it.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much po, Dr. Ruby. Any questions po from our friends here on the floor? Okay, going once, going twice, and I believe that's, yes sir.
Tanong. Excited na ba kayo? Oh, yan. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Sana po na-excite kayo and sana we had a glimpse of NYSTIF. Next week is definitely jam-packed. Very high adrenaline, very high enthusiasm. So we really do hope we get to see everyone there. Pwede po kayo makilaro sa amin, makisiyaw, makicheer. Allowed po. Yes, Dr. Biyo. Yes, ma'am.
Ako may tanong sa media. Nasa NYSTIF ba kayo? Bakit hindi malakas? Nasa NYSTIF ba kayo? Okay, thank you very much.
Yes po, you're also invited. Just go to https://nistif.dost.gov.ph so that you can register. It's definitely free of charge. Baka din po matulungan nyo kaming i-disseminate because that's the most common question that we get, especially from DepEd schools. If meron daw po bang fee. So it is definitely free of charge. They just have to register. Okay, that's all the questions that we have for now. But again, you are all invited to visit the NYSTIF exhibits and attend the free fora from October 25 to 28 at the Forum Tent of the PICC. We'll be sharing with you a short video of the upcoming National Science Technology Week celebration. Let's all watch this.
Science is for everyone. Science is for everybody. Pagpupulong ng likhang Pinoy.